Hello, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp here in the UK, and welcome to YouTube Tuesday. Ho ho ho! This time we're going to take a look at some Christmas stamps. I wanted to work with a very clever little jumper and a neat little set, and we're going to knit our own jumper today. Let's just have some fun, shall we? So the first thing we need is a little piece of calico and some double-sided tape, some of the Clarity double-sided tape, and a pair of glasses. And what we're going to do is just remove the sticky and put this onto the tape. There, that wasn't too hard, was it? Right, and then I want to take my jumper and I'm going to stamp onto the calico. So I'm going to use a permanent ink pad. There we go. And I just want to, the reason I put it on the side is a big stamp, and it's just the outline, and we're going to use a permanent ink pad. Okay. And once again, with big stamps, you know, we need to just give them a little bit of time to soak in. So we'll just stamp onto that calico. 1, 2, 3, and then we've got our image. Perfect. So the jumper's done his job, and now enter the mask. So what we want to do, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks. We'll remove the middle mask and just pop that over there. This particular jumper was inspired by my friend Dee. She just blew me away with this design, and so I know that she'll be happy that I'm sharing it with you too. And so what I'm doing is, you see, I'm laying this jumper underneath the mask so that we've got this opening, and it usually slides in quite well, so we'll just do that, and so it's in the right place. There we go. Perfect. And when we've done that and we're happy with the position, then we can flatten it down. There we go, that's easier. Right, that's that in place. And the next thing we want to do is add some shadow. So I'm going to take a makeup sponge and an antique linen, and we just want to add a little tiny bit of shadow around the edge. So round we go. Let's just do this, and we'll give the jumper a little bit of a background. There we are. Round we go. It doesn't affect the black line art, but it will just give us a little bit of a base. Okay, good job. So the next thing we need to do, once we've done this, I would suggest that we start stamping. Now we need to make absolutely sure though that our mask is in place. So forgive me while I fiddle with this, because if it's wrong, then the whole thing will go wrong. Right, so now enter the little stamps. We've got a mask here, and I'm going to do a really, you know, those Christmas jumpers where you think, did you really get that for Christmas? Do you really have to wear it? So I'm just going to make a little mask of where I'm going to put the deer. And then I think what we'll do is we'll start making patterns. Now, in the set, there are lots of little pattern building, really clever little stamps. And so I think we'll start with red, for example, and I'll just stamp across the chest. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, if I stamp across here, for example, like so, the thing is, I'm going to stamp straight into the arms, aren't I? So if I want to mask off the arms, this is dead easy. I've got the arms in my mask, haven't I? Let's just cut them off. There we go. And we'll stick them down. Arms. The masks are really good for this kind of thing. So let's have a look. So we'll just stamp that in there like that. Just add that in there like so. And now I've covered up my arms, and I can stamp away. It gets faster, don't worry. So you see now I can stamp across. Let's just stamp straight across there like so. Right, good. And then I'm going to take the same stamp, because we're going to work, I've got red geranium and then I've got fern green. So we'll get rid of the red geranium and now I'm going to go in the green. Let's just clean off the stamp a bit first. Right, and now we'll go into the fern green and I'm going to line up the stamp so that I can, so it looks like I'm knitting, look. There we go. Isn't that super? Right, make sure your mask doesn't slip. So what we're going to do, you see, is literally just knit the patterns into our jumper. I'll show you a couple more and then we'll fast forward. So for example, the great big, let's have a look, we've got a little one there. So now we're going to go green, goes straight into a red ink pad. Right, we're going to go, yeah, I think we'll go red. Okay, so we'll go red in that one. Here we go, like so. Neat. And then make sure your mask's in a safe place. And then I think I'm going to go with these green. Let's have a look. They look great. So we're going to put the green pattern in there, like so. Super, isn't it? And then I think, again, you see, you can use the mask as I'm dissecting it here because I don't want to stamp into the actual waistline, the rib around the waist. So I'm just going to cut this bit out and use that too. So let's pop that piece in there like so. And so it goes on. Now, there are also some fabulous little trees in this set. Jim, my friend at work, he designed this clever Christmas jumper set. It is absolutely delightful. So what we're going to do next is just add the little Christmas trees at the bottom, just at the base, and so it goes on. So I'm going to carry on here until I finish the body and then we'll get back together again. So while I'm doing that, why don't you enjoy some really cool Christmas music? Wow. And so I became a knitter and a Christmas jumper designer. Whoever would have thought it? So let me just show you what I'm doing now to finish this off. Obviously, the mask is full of ink and I want to use it again and again. So what I've done is I've taken the little bits and I've just put them onto a piece of copy paper and then I've just wiped off, just stick it down whether it's a cuff or whatever, and then I've just wiped it off. And the same goes now for the back piece. I'm going to just peel this off now, the main piece. There we go. Let's just put that to one side and then we'll have a look at our masterpiece, our designer jumper. Right, so we'll just pop that down like so, you see, and then the way to clean the mask is just to take a paper towel and just wipe in like that, and that will clean away. These masks are ingenious really, aren't they? So we'll just clean away any excess ink on there, and then later on we can put all those bits back together again. So I'll just pop that over there for a minute because I may be calling back on those. And then what we're going to do is just have a look at our super little jumper for a minute. Now I deliberately went to the effort of keeping the ribs at the sleeves clean, and so I'm going to use distress markers just to add proper ribbing. So let's have a look. I told you this would be fun. So the green I'm using here is peeled paint, which seems to go perfectly well with the ink pad that I was using, Fern Green, I like. There we are, that'll do. And then the neckline as well. Have you ever been given a jumper like this at Christmas? They're very on trend at the moment, aren't they? Everybody was wearing them when I was in London the other day. Now, let's see. Alternately, we can go now with the red as well. So we'll just run through with the red too. And I'm using Festive Berries again. Now, I did try to use a pro marker, but it didn't go well. And the reason was because of the black archival ink. When the pro marker, or the alcohol pen, if you like, touched the archival ink, it started to bleed. So I realised very quickly that I needed a dye-based pen, like, for example, our distress pens. So there we are, there's our ribbing done very easily, etc., etc. And so now this cuts like butter. If I go in here now, because remember we've got the adhesive on the back, we're nearly there now. See, and when you cut in, you can cut straight around, gently does it. There we are, right on the line, on the black line art, like so. And then we cut it out like so. So let's have a look. Here's one I did earlier. And now I want to just finish this up by adding it to a piece of card. So let's have a look. If we added this to this, for example, that would look rather lovely. So we're just going to peel away the wax paper on the back. But isn't this cool? Look, you could stick this. This is like your own. Isn't that fantastic? Put it where you like. Okay. So let's just add the jumper like so. There we are. So the jumper's in place. Isn't that pretty? And then what I want to do is let's use some hessian in the background, some really thick woven work. And what you'll see is already on the back there's a piece of the double-sided. And so what we're going to do now is just peel away. This is like sacking almost, isn't it? And we can just peel away the fibres or the threads to make a bit of a tatty edge. Isn't that lovely? There we go. There, I like that a lot. There, you can only go as far as the double-sided tape will allow you to. Do you see? And then there'll be a point where you can't go any further, which is about now. And then what we're going to do is take this piece and then attach this to this piece. Just 1 second. Let me just loosen up that wax paper. There we are. So now we can just add this piece to this piece, which has already been prepared, like that. And then this piece goes on here. And we've got ourselves the most delightful piece of artwork. And the thing is, you can't feel this because, obviously it's TV, but when you actually touch this, it feels like a proper jumper. It really does feel, obviously because it's fabric, it feels like fabric too. So there we are. We've used a brilliant little fun set, make a great present. And just as a little afterthought, here's a tag that we made as well, which is really cool. Cool Yule, as they say, and well worth thinking about. Lots of fun. Have a great day. Ho, ho, ho. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye now.